My name is Tom Alexander and welcome to the 6th episode of The Club, our weekly review show where we look at pretty much whatever we want to. And this week I'm using a teleprompter in order to convey the information in an easier way, so if there are any spelling mistakes or any instances where I forgot to put punctuation, then I am very sorry. And this week we are looking at Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? I found it very hard to think of an opinion of the book, let alone write an entire review about it. And the main reason for this, something that is completely my fault and nothing to do with how the book is written, is because I'm too closely attached to the film. Blade Runner is one of my all-time favourite films, top 15, top 10 depending on how I'm feeling at the time, and this is due to the large exposure to it when I was little. I have grown up with Blade Runner, have watched it many times throughout my life, so when it comes to thinking up an opinion of the book upon which it is based, I found it very difficult. As I was reading it, all I could think of was images from the film, which made it very hard to form an opinion of what I was actually reading, as I wasn't investing myself into it as much as I normally would with any other book. And this is a shame, as I know that it has taken me away from how revolutionary the book actually is. Reading it, I could see the major themes, I could understand them, and was invested enough in the book to contemplate the major questions that it was trying to discuss. Yet I found the themes as a whole a bit difficult. And for a book that is only just over 200 pages, Dick manages to fill it with so many philosophical questions that, in hindsight, allow me to feel slightly better about the fact that I couldn't actually wrap my head around the book. I would only be able to come up with most of the answers to the questions if I lived on a mountain and meditated for 30 years. But the fact that I would have to do that in order to figure out some of the deep and meaningful themes shows that this is just an incredible piece of science fiction. For example, Dick explores the themes of reality. What does it mean to be a human in a world that is controlled by the digital? Where is the point between caring for something alive and something artificial? It even discusses the idea of religion and fundamentally what it is to be human. The very title is a look into the idea of a soul. Do androids dream of electric sheep? Can an artificial construct dream? Can its mind think of something other than itself? Can the androids actually empathise with something that, in all fairness, they don't really need to care about? So when the book asks, do androids dream of electric sheep, it's essentially asking whether this machine can have what humans to believe is a soul, but what is a soul? Like, now you can see why I'm having such a hard time with this book. Forget about what I said at the beginning about how I'm close to the film. That whole idea is bollocks. The reason that I find it so hard to connect with this book is because it is a philosophical debate, and I don't have the complete mental capacity to be able to think of an answer for everything within it. And if anyone thinks that they do, they're either a genius, or what is more likely, they're complete idiots. I haven't even fathomed the entirety of this novel. There is so much more to this book, but I literally can't think of a way to explain them all. So I'm just going to say, read it. It is one of those books that you will need to read again and again in order just to comprehend what is going on. So that was my somewhat review. What do you guys think? So leave me a comment or a video response and you could actually get a shout out in next week's episode. So for next week we go from something that is an incredible piece of philosophical literature to a bunch of shite that has become famous for just the one reason. And so next week I'll be discussing 50 Shades of Grey. So this has been a teleprompted episode of The Club. See you next week guys, and I'm Tom Alexander.